Hello everyone, welcome to Numeriq Learning. Today we will be starting a new topic which is arithmetic progression, a very good chapter, a very big chapter wherein there are so many questions from one single formula. So today we'll be solving some basic questions and get a grip over the first formula which is in your arithmetic progression, that is how do you calculate your nth term. Right, let's get started. So the very first question is, which of the following are arithmetic progression? What do you mean by arithmetic progression? So for example, if you take a sequence of numbers, right? So 3, if I add 3 to this, it will become 6, 3 plus 3, 6, 6 plus 3, 9, 9 plus 3, 12, 12 plus 3, 15, and it goes on. This is a sequence of number wherein every other number, every consecutive number is obtained by adding a fixed number, that is plus 3, right? 6 plus 3, 9 plus 3 is 12, 12 plus 3 is 15, 15 plus 3, 18, 18 plus 3, 21. It would go on. So here, if you see the difference between any two terms, that is 6 minus 3. So the first term you can denote it as A1, it's your first term. The second term is denoted as A2, the third term A3, the fourth term A4, and it goes on. This sequence is called an arithmetic progression wherein every consecutive number is obtained by adding a fixed number. So whenever you see a sequence wherein every consecutive number has been obtained by adding a fixed number, that is what is called as arithmetic progression. Okay, so here you are asked to find out which of the following are arithmetic progressions. So we have to check if the difference between the second and the first number, what is 6 minus 3? It is 3. 9 minus 6 is 3. 12 minus 9 is again plus 3. 15 minus 12 is plus 3. So the difference between any two consecutive numbers will always be the same. That's why it is called as the common difference. What do you mean by common difference? The difference between the second term with the first term, third term with the second term, fourth term with the third term is always a constant, and it is denoted by small letter d. It's called as common difference. The common difference across the terms, across the consecutive terms will be the same. So in this particular sequence, what's the constant? What is the common difference? It is plus 3. It's 3. Right? So whenever a sequence has got a common difference, then it becomes an arithmetic progression. So here in the given sequence, you have to check if it is an arithmetic progression. So let's check. Your A1 is 2, your A2 is 4, A3 is 8, and A4 is 16. So let's calculate the difference between the second minus the first term, A2 minus A1, which is 4 minus 2, which is 2. Let's calculate what is third term minus the second term. What is the third term? It is 8 minus the second term, which is 4. It's equal to 4. Now here itself, you can see that the difference is not common, isn't it? It's not equal. The difference is not equal. You can even try the fourth term minus the third term, which is 16 minus 8. You're getting 8. So write down, you can write that since there is no common difference in the consecutive terms, therefore the given sequence is not an AP. Okay. So that's all. So if you find that the given sequence is an AP, then you have to If you are finding it as AP, then you have to find the common difference. What is that common difference? And you can write 3 more terms. Okay, just like here. So if this was the sequence, what would you do? You will calculate A2 minus A1, which is 6 minus 3, it's 3. A3 minus A2, third term minus the second term, 9 minus 6, again 3. Fourth term, that is 12 minus 9, which is again 3. So since the common difference is equal in all the consecutive terms, therefore the given sequence is an AP, arithmetic progression. And if you have to find 3 more terms, what would you do? 15 plus 3, 18, 18 plus 3, 21, 21 plus 3, 24. So 3 more terms. So that's exactly what the question is. Let's move on to the second one. Yeah. So this is another sequence. You are given 2, 5 by 2, 3 and 7 by 2. Again, let us calculate what is A2 minus A1. A2 minus A1. So 5 by 2 minus the first term, that is 2. Take the LCM. So it's 5 minus 4, which is equal to 1 by 2. What is A3 minus A2? You're just checking the common difference. 3 minus 5 by 2. Again, take the LCM. LCM is 2. So you have 6 minus 5, which is again 1 by 2. Let's take the fourth term, subtract it with the third term. So you have got 7 by 2 minus 3. So again the LCM is 2. 7 minus 6, again you are getting 1 by 2. So you can write that the common difference D is equal to 1 by 2 between all the consecutive terms. Therefore, the given sequence is an arithmetic progression. Okay, let's calculate the next term. How would you calculate? So you are given 4 terms, right? A1, A1, A2, A3 and A4 are given to you. Let us find out what is your A5. So A5 will be A4 plus D. What is A4? A4 is 7 by 2. So 7 by 2 plus 1 by 2, which is 8 by 2, that is equal to 4. What is your A6 term? A5. What is your A5? That is 4 plus D. D is 1 by 2. So what do you get? LCM is 2. 8 plus 1, that is 9 by 2. This is your 6th term. What is your 7th term? A7 will be equal to A6. 6 is 9 by 2. 9 by 2 plus 1 by 2, which is 10 by 2, that is 5. So these are the next terms, right? The next 3 terms of the same sequence. So this is how you have to do. If you should find out the common difference, and then if you find that the common difference is equal in the consecutive terms, that means the given sequence is an AP. And if it is an AP, find out the next 3 or 4 terms as asked in the question. Here is the next question. Minus 1 by 2 minus, so this is your A1, A2, A3 and A4. 4 terms are given. Let's calculate the common difference. So A2 minus A1. A2 is minus 3.2 minus of minus 1.2. Be careful. This is the second term minus the first term. Okay, so which will be equal to minus 3.2 plus 1.2. Minus into minus is plus. So what is 3.2 minus 1.2? It is just 2. So minus 2, because you have to put a negative sign for the bigger number, right? Similar to minus 1 plus minus 5 plus 1 is equal to, what is minus 5 plus 1? It's minus 4. Okay, now let's calculate what is A3 minus A2. What is A3? Minus 5 by 2 minus of the second term, which is minus 3.2. So this is minus 5.2 plus 3.2, which is again minus 2. Now let's calculate the fourth term minus the third term. Minus 7.2 minus of minus 5.2. So this is minus 7.2 plus 5.2, which is again minus 2. Okay, so since D is equal to minus 2 is equal to all the common difference, that is A2 minus A1 is equal to A3 minus A2 is equal to A4 minus A3, right? The common difference across all the consecutive terms are the same. Therefore, what can you write? The given sequence is an AP, right? How will you calculate the fifth term? Fourth term, that is minus 7.2 plus D. What is D? D is minus 2. So what is it? Minus 7.2 minus 2, which is minus 9.2. That will be the next term. What will be the sixth term? Sixth term will be fifth term, that is minus 9.2 plus, what is your D? Minus 2. So here you can write the next term as minus 9.2 comma, let's calculate this. So minus 9.2 minus 2, which will be minus 11.2. So the next will be minus 11.2. Again, so 5, 6, what is A7? Will be equal to the sixth term, that is minus 11.2 plus minus 2, which will be equal to minus 11.2 minus 2, minus 13.2. Okay, so you have got the 3 more terms, minus 13.2. These are the next 3 terms. Let's move on to the next question. Yes. You are given the sequence minus 10, minus 6, minus 2, comma 2. Let's do it the same way. So you have got your minus 10 is A1, A2, A3 and A4. Let's calculate the difference. In order to find the common difference, A2 minus A1, minus 6 minus of minus 10, which is equal to minus 6 plus 10. What is 10 minus 6? Plus 4. What is A3 minus A2? A3 is minus 2 minus of minus 6, which is minus 2 plus 6, which is again 4. Fourth term minus the third term. Fourth term is 2 minus of minus 2, which is nothing but 2 plus 2. That is equal to 4. So therefore, you can write the common difference small letter d is equal to 4 in all the consecutive terms. Therefore, the given sequence is an arithmetic progression. Now let's calculate the next. What will be A5? Therefore, the next digits A5 will be equal to A4 plus D. What is A4? Fourth term is 2 plus what is your D? It is 4. Isn't it? That's equal to 6. So what will be the next term? The next term will be 6. And then what is A6? A6 will be A5, fifth term plus common difference. What is your fifth term? It is 6 plus D, that is 4, which is equal to 10. Okay, and A7 will be equal to the sixth term plus D. A6 is nothing but 10 plus D is nothing but 4, which is equal to 14. So the next 3 terms are 6, 10 and 14, and that's your answer. So very easy. Just calculate your common difference, and if it is equal, then it is an AP. Then the given sequence of numbers will make an AP, and if it is an AP, you can calculate any term. Let's move on to the next question. Yeah. Root 3. So we'll do it the same way. Let's calculate. So this is your A1, A2, A3 and A4. A2 minus A1. Root 6 minus root 3. Let it be as it is. What is A3 minus A2? Again, root 9 minus root 6. You cannot solve it, but let it be as it is. So this is nothing but root 9 is nothing but plus or minus 3 minus root 6. Okay. So a4 minus a3 is nothing but root of 12 minus root of 9. So what do you observe? You can observe that a2 minus a1 is not equal to a3 minus a2, and this is not equal to the fourth term minus the third term. Therefore, the given sequence is not an AP. Okay. Therefore, the given sequence is not an arithmetic progression. That's all. You just have to show that the common difference is not the same. If it's not the same, it is not AP. That's all. So let's move on to the next question. Yeah. 0.2, 0.22 and so on. Let's do it. So you have your first term, second term, third term and fourth term. So a2 minus a1 is equal to 0.22 minus 0.2. How much will that be? 0.02. Right? What is a3 minus a2? So 0.222 minus 0.22, which will be 0.002. Again, what is a4 minus a3? 0.42 minus 0.32, which will be equal to 0.1230 followed by a 2. So you can write, since D is not the same in each consecutive pairs of numbers, in each consecutive pairs of numbers, therefore the given numbers or the given terms, the given sequence is not an AP. It's not an arithmetic progression. Okay. So this is how you have to do. Let's move on to the next question. 0, minus 4. Let's do the same way. Your first term, second term, third term and your fourth term. So a2 minus a1. a2 is minus 4 minus 0, which is nothing but minus 4. What is a3 minus a2? Minus 8 minus of minus 4, which is equal to minus 8 plus 4, that is equal to minus 4. What is a4 minus a3? Minus 12 minus of minus 8, which is again minus 12 plus 8, that is minus 4. So here you can see the common difference is the same. So since the common difference D is equal in all the consecutive terms, in all the consecutive pair of terms, therefore the given sequence is an AP. So you do have marks for writing all of these, right? Do not skip writing these sentences wherein you are elaborating, making it very clear the reason what you are concluding. Okay, you're showing your work, the steps, along with finally inferring that this is not an AP or this is an AP. So you have to justify, and please do not skip writing these sentences or statements. Now, if it is an AP, you have to find out the next 3 terms. So let's do it. Okay, so fifth term, that is A5, will be equal to the fourth term plus D. Right, here D is equal to, therefore D is equal to minus 4. So what is your fourth term? Fourth term is minus 12. So minus 12 plus D is minus 4, which is equal to minus 16. Minus 12 minus 4, that is minus 16. What is your sixth term? the fifth term plus d. What is your fifth term? Minus 16 plus d is minus 4, which is equal to minus 16 minus 4, that is minus 20. So the seventh term, sixth term plus d. So what's your sixth term? Minus 20 plus d is minus 4, which is equal to minus 20 minus 4, which is minus 24. Okay, so these are the next terms, right? That's all. This is your answer. So let's do another question of a similar kind, and then we'll move on to the next type of questions. So here you are given root 2, root 8, root 18 and root 32. Let's find out. So you have your first term A1, second term A2, the third term and the fourth term. So let's calculate what is A2 minus A1, root 8 minus root 2. What is root 8? So when you do a prime factorization, so 2 4s are 8, 2 2s are 4. You can write it as 2 root 2. What so? A root 8 is nothing but 2 root 2 minus root 2 is nothing but it is just 2 minus 1, 1. It's just root 2. Okay. So what is A3 minus A2? Root of 18 minus root of 8. So root 18. 18 again you can do the factorization. So 2 9s are 18. Again 3 3s are 9. So root 18 is nothing but 3 root 2 minus what is root 8? 2 root 2. Okay. So 3 minus 2 is 1. Again this is equal to root 2. Now the next one. What is your A4 minus A3? A4 is root of 32 minus the third term root 18. So the 32 is nothing but you can write it as, so 2 1s are 2, 2 6 are, so 4 root 2. So 4 root 2 minus root 18 is 3 root 2. Which is equal to, again 4 minus 3 is 1, it is just root 2. So you can write therefore the common difference D is equal to root 2. Therefore, the given sequence is an arithmetic progression. So, once you have found that this is an arithmetic progression, let's calculate the next terms. So, what is your A5? A5 will be the fourth term plus the common difference. Okay. So, what is your fourth term? Root of 32. I'm looking here and writing. Okay, root 32. Plus your D. What is your D? Root of 2. What is root 32? It is 4 root 2. So 4 root 2 plus root 2, which is 5 root 2. Okay. And what is your 5? You can either leave it as it is or you can even write everything in terms of. So 5 root 2 is nothing but you can take 5 inside. So you can write it as root 50 as well. 5 into 5 into 2. But it's okay. You can leave it as it is. What is your sixth term? The fifth term plus D. What is your fifth term? 5 root 2. Plus your D is nothing but root 2, which is equal to 6 root 2. What is your A7? It is A6, sixth term plus D. A6 is 6 root 2 plus root 2, which is 7 root 2. Okay, so you can, these are the next 3 terms. So that's how you have to do. Always calculate the common difference, that is the second term minus the first term, third term minus the second term, fourth term minus the third term. This difference is called the common difference. It is denoted by small letter d. Whenever there is a common difference between the consecutive terms, then the given sequence is called as the arithmetic progression or arithmetic sequence. Okay, and if you know your common difference d, you can add this with any number, okay, with the previous number and get the next consecutive number and the chain would go on. Let's move on to the next question. Yeah. Find the first 4 terms of an AP where your A and D are given. Find the first 4 terms of the AP where A and D are given. So you are given with the first term and the... So there is a formula that you have to know. Whenever you have an AP, okay, you can calculate any term using the formula, the nth term formula, okay, the nth term. So if you have a sequence, say for example 3, 6, 9 and so on, this first term is called as A. Okay, you can denote it with A. This common difference that we were just seeing, right, the one which you get when you subtract the second term minus the first term, this is called as D. So if you have an AP, if you have an arithmetic progression, you can easily calculate what is the 60th term, what is the 100th term, what is the 2001 term. Any term can be calculated using this formula. That is, you just need to know the first term, that is A, and the common difference D. The formula is AN. That is the nth term. It could be the 20th term, 25th term, whichever term you want to calculate. That is your N. Is equal to A plus N minus 1 into D. Right? This is the formula. So you need to find, in order to find any term. So in this particular sequence, 3 plus 3, 6, 6 plus 3, 9, 9 plus 3, 12, 12 plus 3, 15, I would go on and on. If I need to calculate what will be my 100th term, what can you do? You can just calculate A 100 is equal to, what is your first term? 3 plus, what is your N here? 100. So 100 minus 1 into, what is your D difference? That is 3. So when you do that, so 3 plus 99 into 3. Okay, so which will be 3 plus 9 3 is 27. 7 2 27 20 29. 29, which will be equal to 300. So 300 is the value for my 100th term in this sequence. It goes on and on. What will be my 100th term? 100th term will be 300. So that's what you have to do. Here in this question, you are given, find the first 4 terms of the AP where your A is given. A is the first term and the common difference is also given. So let's do it. Very easy. The first one, that is your question number A. First term is 10. Common difference is 10. So let's do it. A1. A1 will be the first term. It will be A itself, which is equal to 10. What is your second term? It will be A plus 2 minus 1, N minus 1 into D. Or I can simply write A plus 2 minus 1, 1 into D, which is 10 plus 10, that is 20. This is my second term. What is my third term? I'm going to write it directly. A plus 3 minus 1, that is 2D. So A is 10 plus 2 into D is again 10, which is 10 plus 20, that is 30. You have to find first 4 terms. So fourth term is equal to A plus 3D. So 10 plus 3 into D, 30. So 10 plus 30, that is equal to 40. So the required APR, the required first 4 terms are, first 4 terms of the AP are 10, 20, 30, 40 and it goes on. So the same way you have to do all the other questions. Let me do the B part also. So B. What is A? A is minus 2, D is 0. A is equal to minus 2, D equal to 0. Right? So when there is no difference at all, that means all the terms are going to be the same. Okay, but still let's write the steps. So what is your A1? A1 is A, that is equal to minus 2. What is A2? It is A plus D, which is minus 2 plus 0, which is equal to again minus 2. There is no difference at all. That means all the terms are the same. What is A3? It is A plus 2D, which is again minus 2 plus 2 into D is 0, which is again minus 2. What is the fourth term? It is also minus 2. But let's still write the formula A plus 3D. it's equal to minus 2 plus 3 into d is 0, which is minus 2. Okay, so here you can write down, therefore, the first 4 terms are minus 2, comma, minus 2, comma, minus 2, and it goes on. That's your B. Okay, C, let's do the C part. Minus 1.25 minus 0.25. A is nothing but minus 1.25 and your D is minus 0.25. So what will be your first term? Will be your A itself, that is minus 1.25. What will be your second term? A plus D. So it's minus 1.25 plus of minus 0.25, which is just subtract. Minus 1 plus into minus 1.25 plus into minus is minus 0.25, which will be equal to, how much is that? Minus 1.25. So you just have to add 1.25 plus 0.25. So you have 0, 5. So it's minus 1.5. Right? What is your third term? A3 is equal to A plus 2D. So what is your A? Minus 1.25 plus 2 into what is your D? Minus 0.25. So this is nothing but minus 1.25 minus, it's 50, right? Minus 0.50. So this is equal to minus 1.75. Similarly, let's calculate the fourth term using the formula. So this is A plus 3 into D. Provided you know A and D, you can calculate any term. So A is nothing but minus 1.25 plus 3 multiplied by D, which is minus 2.5. So this is minus 1.25 minus, so 0.75. So when you add them, you will get 0, 1, 7, 8, 9, 10. Again 0, 1, it's 2 minus 2 point, just minus 2. So therefore, you have calculated the required 4 terms are, so therefore, the first 4 terms of the AP are, you can write a minus 1.25, comma, minus 1.5, comma, minus 1.75, comma, minus 2, and it goes on. Okay. So please do not rely on, so these are questions from NCERT exercise 5.1. Please do not rely on solutions that you see from your NCERT solution guides. They may be wrong because I have seen answers which are wrong. Please make sure you do it and see. Okay, so this is your C. 3 questions have been done. Let's move on to the D part. So A is minus 1, D is 1 by 2. So the D part, A is equal to minus 1, D is equal to, what is the common difference? 1 by 2. So your A will be equal to, same, the first term will be minus 1. What is A2? It is A plus D. That is minus 1 plus 1 by 2. The LCM is 2. So you have minus 2 plus 1, which is nothing but minus 1 by 2. Let's calculate the third term, A plus 3 minus 1, 2 into D. A is nothing but minus 1 plus 2 into what is D? 1 by 2. Again, your 2 and 2 will get cancelled. Minus 1 plus 1 is what you are getting. Minus 1 plus 1, which is 0. And your fourth term will be A plus 4 minus 1, that is 3D. A is minus 1 plus 3 into D. D is nothing but 1 by 2. So this is nothing but minus 1 plus 3 by 2. So whole divided by LCM is 2. So you have minus 2 plus 3. 3 minus 2 is 1 by 2. Therefore, the first 4 terms of the AP are -1, -1/2, 0, 1/2, and it goes on. Right? So that's your D. And we have one more question wherein this is A is 4, D is -3. Let's do it. So the question number E, A is equal to 4 and D is equal to -3. So the first term will be A itself, that is 4. What is your second term? It is A plus n minus 1, 2 minus 1, 1D, A plus D. What is your A? 4 plus D is -3. So it's nothing but 4 minus 3, that is equal to 1. What is your third term? It is A plus 2D. What is A? 4 plus 2 into D is -3. That's equal to 4 minus 6. That is equal to -2. Right? A4, fourth term. A plus 3D. A is nothing but 4 plus 3 into D is -3. That's equal to 4 minus 9. That is equal to -5. Therefore, you can write on the... Therefore, the first 4 terms of the AP are 4, 1, -2, -5, and so on. Okay, so for this particular sequence, it's an arithmetic progression with your first term denoted by A and the common difference between the numbers is -3. Okay, so you have done all the questions of this question. So this is your question number 2 from your exercise 5.1. Let's move on to the next question. Yeah. Find the 30th term of the AP, which is 10, 7, 4. You have to find the 30th term. Very, very easy. Let's do it. So you know from the given AP, what is the first term? It is 10. So let's write that. So the given AP is 10, 7, 4, and so on. So your first term A is nothing but 10. What is the common difference? The second term minus the first term, which is -3. Therefore, your A and nth term formula, this is nth term. Formula, let's write the formula. A plus n minus 1 into D. Therefore, the 30th term, n is 30 here. What is A? A is 10 plus 30, n is 30 minus 1 into D. What is D? -3. So let's solve it. So 10 plus 29 into -3. So what is 10 minus? So 3 9s are 27, 7 2, 3 2s are 6, 7 8. So 10 minus 87, that is -77 is the answer. So write down. Therefore, the 30th term of this AP will be, the 30th term of this AP will be -77, and that's your answer. Right? Let's move on to the next question. Yes, find the 11th term of the AP. Let's do it the same way. So in the given sequence, what's your A? The first term, it's -3. What is the common difference? It's second term, -1/2 minus of first term, that is -3, minus of -3. So it's -1/2 plus 3. Take the LCM. So you have -1 plus 6, which is 5/2. That is your common difference. So write the formula of the nth term. A equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. So therefore, you are asked to find the 11th term. So A11 is equal to A, which is -3 plus n is 11 minus 1 into D. What is your D? It is 5/2. So just solve it. -3 plus 10 into 5/2. So when you cancel, so 2 5s are 10 and 5 into 5 is 25. So minus 3 plus 25, which is plus 22, and that's your answer. So you can write, therefore, the 11th term of the AP will be plus 22, and that's your answer. Okay, I hope you understood. This is the only formula that you have to understand for now. Okay, this is the first and very important formula, the nth term formula. An is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. Very, very important. Okay, please make a note of it and practice a lot of questions. So for today, I'm stopping here. I hope you understood. I hope you did all of these questions. Please practice, please revise. And if you have a separate formula notebook where you have jot down all the formulas that you're learning as and when you're learning in every unit of class 10th maths, please make a note of this formula under the unit arithmetic progression. So this is the very first formula and there are tons of questions that you can get from this. Okay, so let's continue learning. We will be doing AP for another 10 or 15 days. Let's see how it goes. Happy learning, take care, and please do share this with your friends. Thank you.